I tried this new OTK Lynessa Pally, and I gotta say, the first game I really didn't get what the whole point of this deck is, but after that, it was nothing but net. This deck is really scary effective if it curves out decently well, and a lot of the times it actually does, and you can literally be doing 30 damage plus OTKs as soon as turn freaking 5, which we actually did in one of the games. It doesn't look super intuitive once you first take a look at it, but if you get the hang of it, it's actually pretty solid, so I'm gonna give you a quick guide about it, talk about mulligans, win rates, and general tips so you guys have a better idea of what you could be doing with, especially what to expect from this deck, because the first time I saw it, I was like, what the hell is this pile of cards? And next thing I knew, I was dead. So yeah, let's give it a check. A like and subscribe would be appreciated, but now let's get into the guide.
You are not prepared!
Here's the list up close, and when you see the freaking Moonstone Maulers, you're like, what the hell is this asteroid pally in this economy? Like, very weird stuff, but the whole point of the Moonstone Mauler in here is so you can actually get yourself a little bit of chip damage, and also get yourself free asteroids that didn't start in your deck so that your Dragon Scale armaments can actually fish them out, as well as fish out your O managers. We also have obviously Lynessa in here, which you have all sorts of different ways to fish out with things like Hearthstone Maul, like the Grill Master, and heck, even the Sharp-Eyed Lookout could help you on that front. We have ourselves some seashells with which you can be discounting things like O Manager for the most part. We have the Space Pirate that discounts your weapons, and so on and so forth. And what the whole point of this deck is, basically, around turn 5, around turn 6, you need to have yourself a few coins already, thanks to things like the Metal Detector, and maybe if you're going second, maybe you got yourself a discount on O Manager, and basically you play some Snapper Lynessa, you play a coin that gives you 2 mana back, you play O Manager for 4 damage, it gives you 4 mana back in the form of 2 coins, and you rinse and repeat with things like Tadpole Pupil, you get yourself 6 damage worth of Rock Skipper damage, potentially 3 damage out of Mixologist, 12 damage out of Grifta, and you also have yourself the Tadpole Pupils, which can give you so many of those spells back. It doesn't sound like a lot, but in reality, it actually does amp up the damage quite a lot, and you do have a decent chunk of chip damage with things like Hearthstone Mauls, Metal Detectors, and so on and so forth. Going through the cards, we have ourselves a couple of armaments. Like I said, this is gonna fish out your Moonstone Mauler, Asteroid, as well as your either other armament or your O Manager, so it's very consistent. These are literally the only 2 spells you have in the deck, so there's that. The Platesaur in here is something you could be using later on. You definitely don't want to be playing it in the first few turns, because if this thing draws you a Lynessa, the game is pretty much over for you. The Space Pirate is going to be pretty amazing for you early on, so you can actually get yourself a 2 mana Metal Detector, a 3 mana Hearthstone Maul, that kind of stuff. Blood Mage Thanos helps you with the card draw, and it's also extra spell damage. A lot of times you are actually going to want to play a little bit of spell damage once you start blasting with Lynessa. Same can be said with the Kobold Geomancers. The Moonstone Maulers help you a little bit with the card draw, with the extra chip damage, but they're really not the whole point of the deck. It's far from it. The O Managers are amazing, especially if you drop them down to 0 mana thanks to the Seashell, because that way on turn 5 you just play Lynessa, you have yourself 0 mana O Manager, deal 4 damage with it, and get yourself 4 mana back, which is huge. The Rock Skippers are also nice. They allow you to have yourself a 1 mana nice spell to be dealing 6 damage with on the Lynessa turn. You could also be using it to stabilize early on in some cases. It's not super essential to be only saving it for Lynessa, but it is what it's there for. Fins from Beyond are also going to help you big time against some heavier classes with a lot of armor, like Death Knights, like Mages, like Warriors, of course. But this thing does replace your hand, so make sure to have yourself enough mana to actually utilize it. And it also, if you generate cards through this guy, it is going to give the generated cards back to you in your main hand, so make sure you actually have enough room for it. The Tadpole Pupils could be amazing to give yourself extra O Managers, or extra 6 damage from Grifta, or at least some of the 3 damage crap like the Mixologist thing or the Rock Skipper thing. Zephyrus is also decent in here. You could be using it for board clears a lot of the time, so you can buy yourself a lot of extra turns, or you could be using it for phase damage, but it is going to be a little bit random, so there's that. The Metal Detector is huge because it gives you a couple of swings for the opponent's face for 6 damage total, and you also are going to be begging for that coin. Sadly, nowadays it's only a single coin through Death Rattle, not like it used to be after you killed a minion, wasn't it? Mixologist can help you with 3 damage, card draw, that kind of stuff for the most part, but in some cases early on you might be using it for 2 damage AoE, for freezing, for armor, things like that. The Seashell mainly in here so you can actually discount your O Manager for the most part. Just don't forget you don't want to be wasting the discount on your Metal Detector, but in some cases you might have to if the game goes that way. With the Sharp-Eyed Lookout, you basically help yourself drawing your important things a little bit sooner. It does basically show you what your next top deck is, so it's not like you get to do anything too amazing with it, but it's basically a little bit of card draw is what it is, so you really can't say no to that. And it also basically allows you to turn plan with one extra card for your next turn. Like if you know you're top decking Lynessa on turn 5, maybe you don't need to be equipping Hearthstone Maul on turn 4, maybe you just want to be playing Grifta and find yourself the 6 damage, knowing full well the next turn you can actually go with Lynessa, 0 mana O Manager, and then start blasting. Grifta obviously would be best if he gives you the 1 mana 6 damage to the face. The discount can be okay, even though you're really not gonna benefit too much out of that. Card draw could be okay-ish as well, the healing maybe, but for the most part the 6 damage is what you need. Single copy of Grillmaster helps you draw out your Lynessa guaranteed, and also it could be drawing you an Asteroid, or at least the Armament, but also it could draw the Platesaur or the Space Rock, or the Space Pirate I mean. Hearthstone Maul is gonna be drawing you Lynessa, the Hearthstone Maul, the Grillmaster, the Grifta, so it's definitely not bad, but a couple of them feels a little bit heavy, but still it is a little bit of extra chip damage, so there's that too. And last but not least, we obviously have Lynessa, which doubles up anything that's 2 mana or less spell-wise. It's not the most intuitive deck, but after you see a few of the games, I really think you should be getting the hang of it. But yeah, it's definitely not the easiest, most Hearthstone fundamentals kind of deck, so keep that in mind. Matchup-wise, we really don't have too much stats yet, but people have been doing well with it in Top Legend. That's where I actually saw it from, the last 7 days, top 1000 Legend on HS Replay, so definitely not bad at all. As for the mulligan, here's what people have been holding on to. The Space Pirate is amazing, the Metal Detector is great, the Seashill is actually kind of cool, Hearthstone Maul can also be pretty nice. O Manager straight out feels like a bad keep. People are losing more when they keep it a lot, and kind of get that, like that's why we have the Dragon Scale armaments for. I would keep those, I would keep the Rock Skipper, the Moonstone Mauler, curving into the Grillmaster could be good. I would not be holding on to Platesaur if I were you. Mixologist could be okay. As for on the coin, again we can see plenty of the same stuff, and here do what you can to actually hold on to your coins for dear life, because they're really gonna help you blast with Sun Snapper Lynessa a lot sooner than you're supposed to. That's about it for the deck. Definitely not the easiest out of the lot, but definitely very strong if you get the hang of it. So I hope you enjoyed the guide, and if you did, a like and subscribe would be great. But now let's check out some of my games on my road back to Top Legend with it. Hope you enjoy.
Dead men tell no tales. Glory to the Alliance.
Yeah, like that. For the most part. I think I'll go like that actually. The Platesaur is not a great keep early on because it could cost you Lynessa. Not so hot. We should be pretty good against blobs. Can't do this. Mauler next turn would be decent. Dalnos would be okay. Another one. This draws me a second O Manager, which ain't the worst. Later it can also draw me a lot of asteroids though, so let's keep it. Yeah, damn shame if he blobs me, which he probably will. Doesn't. Let's fucking go then. Could actually steal his blob. That'd be nasty. It's kind of weird that the deck only runs a single metal detector. We might disagree. Well, if I top deck Lynessa, this guy's in grave danger actually. And I will top deck Lynessa real soon. We're actually curving out like a monster this time. There she is. Do I just go for it? I fucking do, guys. Insane.
The sun shines for me.
This kinda insane, innit? That was disgusting. Turn 5, by the way. Why didn't he play around it, guys? What was so important for him not to play around it, guys? That was disgusting. Sheesh. Unbelievable. That was visibly disgusting. Nice counter to Blob Demon Hunters, by the way. Should have played around it, though. Ooh, we goddamn. Lachudo.
None can escape my fury.
It's time we began.
It's looking okay.
Job's done.
Back in Kobold Geomancer, apparently. Geomancer. Might as well.
Surely this way is west.
Ew. Can you, like, not? Not having the coins definitely not great with this deck, though.
Face eternity.
I'd say a single Urson Mole for this deck would be fine, given we have one of these, maybe two of these instead of the two Urson Moles would be better, I don't know. Hard to say, hard to say. We're top decking the Space Pirate, apparently. Dragon Scale Armament's up next. Let me see if I can get Grift over here. Sage.
It's time to raise the stakes. I sail the seven galaxies.
We're in danger. Could have been worse. That's a fucking fire spell, bro. This could be helpful. I do have spell damage too. Not that I need free damage AoE, but still. Bullshit, bro. Are you flipping kidding me, son? We're in danger. There's way too much asteroids in there now. No manager off the top, perhaps. No such luck. This could stall a little, but probably not.
Shaking a stud. Is infinite. The rope is not.
Probably dead. No asteroids though. It's something. It's a start. Has 12 cards, 6 asteroids. Doesn't kill me though. Oh, manager, you piece of shit. Apparently it's another tide pool. This gives me more card draw though. Manager me, bitch. I guess I can just draw it like this next turn. Okay, I think we're actually good. If I didn't know any better, I think we're actually good.
The sun shines for me.
All I need to do is get lucky with frickin' Grifta, bruh. Is there a guaranteed lethal?
Thirsty for more.
Gotta get lucky. Wait a minute. There's the guaranteed lethal. Please be quick enough.
Amazing.
Please be quick enough. Sheesh! Fucking hell. Fucking hell. I'm as surprised as you are. We got pretty lucky, not gonna lie. We got pretty lucky him not top decking jack shit, but damn, is this deck funky. Jesus. What a game, what a gamer.
Scarlet!
The unholy fester.
It's time we began.
I like that. This is actually quite the nasty hand we have here. I'm gonna keep the whole thing just because this guy's gonna give me a lot of card draw and shit. We also have the coin. All around good stuff. Nice. Would have been lovely if we had the other weapon here.
Find the winning.
It's come to my attention, it's not that amazing though. Feels bad wasting my coin, but we'll get more where that came from. It's also a good chunk of damage, so might as well. Nope. The coin materializes after your starting hand is visible, I guess. That Amber. Gives a lot of card draw and such. This seriously drew me my last spell. That's dumb.
I remember this place well.
Could just go for a no manager right now out of this. Think I will. This kinda allows me to pop off turn after. Or I could just try and get myself 6 damage out of this guy. And go for a turn 6 OTK. I'll do that. No such luck. Well, draw cards is gonna give me a ton of cards. He's also not gonna be happy using it. Pretty damn shame we didn't get 6 damage against the Death Knight though. This could have been last game for anybody wondering, that's why we had to think twice before we committed to it. Gains armor, cheating.
There are no mistakes in the time race, my friends.
Perpetual. Fence from beyond kind of play. Potential. If I didn't know any better, this guy's dead. If I didn't know any better, guys.
The sun shines for me.
That is clearly disgusting, dudes. That is inhumane. The fuck? Who came up with this shit? Alrighty, time to fess up. Who did this? Who did this? Who hurt you? What have we done to you to create this kind of monstrosity on ladder right now? Insane. Turn 5, turn 6 lethal aegis.
The light shall bring victory. Glory to the Alliance.
I like that. Well, hard thing is not to waste your stuff when you're not supposed to waste your stuff. And actually survive while gathering your combo. It does have a decent amount of stall tools, but still a bit disgusting. Okay, against the Protoss bullshitter. We're top decking another mall apparently.
Stay down. Annihilation commencing.
Guess we're ignoring that.
Stay down.
This draws me a whole lot of stuff, including an ass. Guess not. Asteroid poking would have been kinda cool, but not too amazing either. He found my face, guys. He knows. He knows what we're all about. We are close to Pepsi Max.
I'll smoke ya.
If this gives me 6 damage, what's that gonna mean next turn? Nothing if I don't find... Oh man, yeah, oh manager.
Let me think.
I guess I can drop Delnos right now for the sake of
This way is where
cycling. I'm close to dead. If he has double copy, it's one off for him. Or copy plus photon cannon.
quickly.
Annihilation commencing. My life for iron.
Almost GG. Okay, so I gotta go, don't I? What's that gonna do?
Let me think. More soul.
Found the old manager.
The sun shines for me.
Going fast is not gonna get me there. I can stabilize though.
I found a sea urchin. I found a sea urchin.
It's taking way too slow, these animations, dudes. I really wanted to fucking find healing, but it wouldn't have mattered still. Yeah, cool story. Nah, he tempoed us out a little bit too much, and the old manager being this elusive, dragon skill being this elusive, that was just dumb. That was just kind of dumb. We could have won this game. Yeah, the stupid animation is a little bit too stupid, especially for a deck like this.
Celeste!
Let us celebrate a new beginning.
Glory to the Alliance.
It's a pretty good hand. Let's go like that.
I failed the seven galaxies. Valen, we have a problem.
Nah, Finley is not that important for the most part. Maybe I should have just killed that thing.
What happened to no one left behind?
Oh, seriously, no spell? God, I hate when that happens. This guy not having a single spell to crap that 2-1 with was pretty weird. Guess he already had him, didn't he? No manager like that.
Let me think.
Surely this way is west.
Could just use it right now. Guess I don't need to. Let me just grab another roll manager like this. Keep on clapping the mouth. He is gonna pull off a big Arcwing turn, but he shouldn't be able to kill me on that turn, I think. Mildly annoying. I guess he's not going for Arcwing, he's going for this crap instead. He wasted all his Divine Shields on those though, so he might regret. Okay, next turn I'm gonna equip this weapon and smack his mouth in. And as long as I'm not dead, he will be in a couple of turns. Oof, that's extra damage. 12 damage out of him, 14 more likely. This is a bait. Well, next turn we crack him out. Next turn this guy deads. If he has the... Please don't get the spell damage. If he gets the 0 mana, okay. Counterspell, is it? Oof. Could be... The burst could be counterspell. I mean, he boardlocked himself, so I guess he was expecting it. Thank fuck. I don't care about the burn, I care about it's not whatever we all knew it should be. Easy. Rips in Pepsimus Maximus. We literally had a lot more where that came from. Funny. Funny little deck, this one. Bit on the funny side, this one. But it can definitely brick from time to time too.